students. Lesson number 7, motion, force and work. Under this lesson, today we'll see the next part of the lesson, that is acceleration. So what is acceleration? So for here gave one example, we will see it and then you will understand that what is acceleration. And here it is the formula, it is given. Acceleration is equal to what? Change in velocity upon time. Change in velocity upon time. So as you know that velocity is changing. We seen that yesterday. What? The changing velocity is called as a instantaneous velocity. And that velocity, what happens means it is changing always. And this change in velocity and in which time it is what change, that is called as a acceleration. In previous example, the truck covered a distance of AB at a velocity of 60 km per hour. Okay, if you see here in this example, this is a truck, it covers a distance of 60 km per hour, means in 1 hour it covers 60 km distance. BC at 30 km per hour. So this BC is there, this BC's distance he had covered, that truck had covered 30 km per hour, and here 30 km per hour and CD at 40 km per hour. It means that the velocity for CD is greater than the velocity of BC. Okay, CD's velocity is how much it was there? Just now we seen it here. AB's velocity is 60 km. Okay, CD's velocity is 40 km per hour and AB's it is 30 km per hour. It means that the velocity for distance CD is greater than the velocity for distance BC. Means if you see here, it is here 40 and here it is 30. So velocity of CD is greater than the velocity at distance BC. From the number of seconds required for change in velocity to take place, the change in velocity per second can be deduced. So what they told you, from the numbers of second, from the number of second required for change in velocity, to change the velocity, what number of seconds required for change in velocity to take place. The change in velocity per second, okay, every seconds inside the velocity is changing and that change in velocity per second can be deduced, and this is called as acceleration. Okay, so what is acceleration? Change in velocity upon time taken for change. Now the next point, you know that the truck driver increases or decreases the velocity of the truck by means of accelerator. Okay, what they told you, when you are sitting inside the truck, truck driver is there, what he is doing, he is increasing or decreasing the velocity of the truck's velocity is increases, otherwise decreases. Velocity means what I told you, displacement upon time. Okay, so for that he is using the accelerator of the truck. You might have seen a toy car that runs on clockwork. Okay, spin. You know that somewhere that toys are there, that clapping the hands, otherwise some small children's toys are there, they are working on that spring. When we are moving that, when we are moving that spring, or what we are saying, you had seen such a types of toys are there, and these toys have a key here. Okay, these keys are there, and when we are moving these keys, what happens, that moving the keys, what happens, the spring is there inside it, and that spring, what happens, it becomes shorter. Means we are applying pressure, and due to this, what happens, the rotations of the spring increases, and when you leave this toy on the ground, what happens, that key is there, it what happens, it moves slowly, and this toy moves forward. Otherwise clapping, it's there, it claps the hand, clapping monkeys are there. So these types of toys are called as a clockwork. Spring is working on it. When it releases on a flat floor, that only I told you, when we release it on a flat floor, so release at the floor, the winding of the spring, the spring's windings are there. Okay, that rotations of the spring in that way it's there, these windings are there, that what happens, relaxes, and it goes in a straight line. However, means that toy moves forward direction, how that it is releases. It changes the direction, keeps going, it collides into a wall, it stops, it means that its velocity changes. How did the change takes place? It happens because the car comes into the contact with something external to it. On football ground, how does the direction of the ball moving in a straight line? Okay, how it is changing? Suppose this is a football is there and direction of the ball changes what in a moving in a straight line. Suppose this is our ball and this suppose obstacle is there on the way. So when it collide on this, it changes its direction. Suppose here something is there, then again it changes the direction. Means in this way, whatever obstacles are coming on the way of the ball, at that place what happens? The direction is changes and velocity is also changes. We see some player changing its direction by kicking it. Okay, on the ground also some players are there, they are changing the direction by kicking that football. When its direction changes, when the direction changes, the velocity of ball also changes. Okay, this is the ball. Suppose when we kick it, its direction changes, its speed increases, otherwise its speed reduces. Okay, so that is the velocity, that is increases or the decreases. That it is to say an acceleration takes place. The interaction that brings about the acceleration is called a force act on a body. Means whenever you are kicking to it, then what happens? You are acting the force on the ball, and that's why its speed increases, otherwise decreases, otherwise it changes the direction. These things are happens when we are applying force on it. Now use your brain power question. The unit of acceleration is meter per second. Verify this. So how to verify this? First of all, we will see the acceleration. What is acceleration? Change in velocity. So change in velocity means what? Velocity's formula is the displacement upon time. Displacement upon time. So here it is, what is its formula? Displacement, I am writing in short, displacement upon time. Okay, and time taken to change by means it is how much it is there? T for time. Okay, so what is the unit for displacement? Unit for displacement is the meter. Upon, this is times unit is upon time, and divided by, again time is there. So time is there divided by, so this time it will come upside. Okay, as you know that a multiplicative inverse, I taught you before only how it is there. Sorry, this is meter upon time divided by time is there, divided by time is there. Suppose we want to remove this divide sign, what we are doing? We are giving multiplication sign here, and this is the multiplication sign, and that t is there, we are writing 1 upon t. Numerator it was present and it is at the denominator's place now. Now what is its numerator's multiplication is m, and upon t into t means t square. So what is the unit of acceleration? The acceleration's unit is the meter per time square. Okay, so in this way we are deduce the formula. Time means second we have to take up. So what I said to you, meter, this is the displacement unit, and t for time, time we are measuring in the second, so here we have to take the second square. Now force and acceleration. Force and acceleration. For that what we have to take? Take a glass marble and let it roll on the big smooth tabletop. You are playing with marbles, no? That marbles we have to take, they are made up of glass, and after some time its velocity decreases and it will stop. Whenever you are playing that marbles on this, then what happens? Its speed is there, and after some time it stops. On a carom board, 2, the carom coin pushed by the striker with moving forward some distance. As you know that this is the carom board. When you strike a coin, okay, then it moves forward, then it moves forward, and it keeps moving longer time, then come to stop. Okay, so what happens? It moves forward, and after some time what happens? It stops. What can you infer from this? the velocity the velocity of the coin decreases due to force of friction. Okay, what happens when we are strike on it, on that coins move forward, but after some time it becomes slow and it stops. Okay, and this is because why this happens, because of the reason behind it is that the friction. And what happens if the friction between the carom board and the coin reduced? Okay, means this is the carom board and here it is the coin, and to reduce the friction, what we are doing, we are throwing the powder, talcum powder, otherwise that we are getting the carom board's powder, that we are throwing on this carom board, and because of it what happens, the friction reduces. Okay, and due to this what happens, the coin moves more, means when we strike it, it acquires the more distance and it moves forward. Then it would means that no force of friction is acting on the moving body. It will keeps on moving with constant velocity. It shows that, means what they told you here, first of all, the if the friction between the carom board and the coin is reduced, and due to this, for what we are use, powder we are using, the coin keeps moving for a longer time, means it goes more distance, it moves more distance forward. And it would means that, means from this what we are understanding, if no force of friction is acting on a moving body, if there is a no force of friction on moving body, it will keep on moving with constant velocity. If there will no friction, then the body moves constantly forward, that we understand from this. Now keep on moving with constant velocity. The scientist Sir Isaac Newton was the first to study force and resulting acceleration. So what is, and what he had deduced, he deduced that Newton's first law of motion, that is called as a, means he deduced the law of motion, and that is called as a Newton's first law of motion. If no force is acting on a body, the body, its velocity does not change. That is, the body does not accelerate. Means body does not accelerate. In other word, if a body is stationary, it will remain stationary if it is in motion. Okay, so what they told you, if velocity is there, means moving object continuously move forward when there is a external force is not applying on it. Otherwise, stationary object remains stationary when we are not applying any kind of force on it. That is the Newton's first law of motion. Again we will see the statement. If no force is acting on a body, there is no force acting on a body, its velocity does not change, means its velocity is not changing, that the body does not accelerate. Body is not accelerating. On the other words, if a body is stationary, it will remain stationary, and it is in a motion, it will continue moving with the same velocity and same direction. So that is the Newton's first law of motion. Now you have learned what is meant by force. So what is force? You have seen that a body is accelerated due to force. Okay, body is accelerated due to force. Suppose you place a 1 kg standard weight on a surface with no friction and pull it with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. The force applied is called as a 1 Newton. What is the meaning of it? It is that, suppose what they told you, you have learned that what is meant by force. Force we know that. Then we have seen that the body accelerates due to the force. Means acceleration takes place because of force only. If we place 1 kg standard weight, 1 kg's weight we kept on the ground or the surface with no friction, there is no friction, and pull it. If we pull it, then how much we have to pull? 1 meter per second. In 1 second we have to pull it 1 meter. Then the force applied on it, it is called as a 1 Newton force. Okay. Now acceleration is a vector quantity. If force is a vector quantity, is force is a vector quantity too. Means acceleration is a vector quantity only. and force is also the vector quantity. Okay, now here is one activity. Place a weight of 1 kg on a smooth wooden table. Okay, so we have to put the weight of 1 kg on a wooden table and spread some talcum powder evenly on the table. Now pull the 1 kg's weight with acceleration of 1 meter per second square, and again pull it with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square. So we have to wait, same we have to keep, but we have to change the acceleration. At first condition we have to make the acceleration of 1 meter per second square, and secondly 2 meter per second square. It means that now you have applied how much force? 2 Newton force. 1 meter square per second square we are pulling, that time we are applying 1 Newton force. Just now we seen it upside. How will you have to take many trials of this experiment? Okay, so from this what they told you, force is measured by the acceleration that it produced. Means force is there, we are measuring how much acceleration is produced by it. We have learned about the relationship between the displacement of the body resulting from force applied to it. Okay, applied to it and the work done. What we studied, that is relationship between displacement and the force. Means more force applied, more displacement is takes place. Less force applied, then less displacement is takes place. And according to it, how much work done is there, that we have studied. We have also learned about the work energy relationship, and ability to do the work is called as a energy. Okay, work and energy's relation. More energy is there, so more work will take place. If less energy is there, less work will takes place. So what is energy? Energy is the ability or capacity of the object to do the work is called as a energy. Understand all of you what I said? The capacity or the ability to do the work is called as a energy, and this is the definition of the energy. Okay, so here from this experiment what we have understand, if you are applied more force, then more what happens, displacement takes place, and less force if you are applied, then less displacement is takes place. Then here next part is the force, displacement and the work. Force, displacement and the work in the figure alongside. So here it is the figure. Here it is one wooden block. This is the wooden block. Okay, this is the pulley, and here it is the weight. Okay, if you see the figure, you will notice that how weight will increase here. Then what happens? The pulley, that wooden block will move forward. Wooden block will move forward. What is given here? We will see in the figure alongside, spring attached to a wooden block. So here it is the spring, and it is attached to the wooden block. Okay, next block on a table is passed over a pulley and tied to the weight. So this is the spring, and this is joined to the weight. On applying a sufficient weight, the block will soon move. If we apply more weight than it, then what happens? The wooden block will move forward. Which force is applied here? So weight is there, that is the applied force is there. How can this force is increased? We can increase this force by increasing the weight. Increasing the weight. What will happen on applying more force? That block will move forward and forward. And when we can say that work is done, when the wooden block is there, this is the wooden block, when it changes its place, if it comes from here to here, then we say that the work is done. The work is done. Understood what I said? That when we put the wooden block, and if we join it to the spring and join to the weight, and it passing over the pulley, as we increase the weight, what happens? The wooden block will move forward. So which force is there? I told you weight is the force as we are increasing. And how can we set force increased? As the block will comes forward, we say that the force is increased now. And what will happen on applying force? If we increase the force, what happens? That wooden block will move forward, and then if it changes its place, we say that work is done. Okay, so today we'll stop here only. The next part of the lesson we will see on our next lecture. Okay, so thank you and have a good day.